What's up, everybody? Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew back with another cigar review. Today I've got the Ramon Allones by AJ Fernandez in Torpedo. Stay tuned.
I can smoke stogies in my house, first of all, because her father introduced me to stogies, and second of all, because I'm a stud. I'm ballsy. I don't take no shit from anyone. I smoke my stogie anywhere I want. I don't have to find a hideout place like you.
All right. Welcome back to another installment here at Cigar Sherpa. I, of course, am your host, Laird Mayhew. And like my intro said, today I've got the Ramon Allones by AJ Fernandez in Torpedo. That is 6.5 inches by 54 ring gauge. If this is your first time here, welcome to Cigar Sherpa. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. If this is not your first time here and you're a regular, welcome back. Always good to see you. All right, so this cigar comes by recommendation by way of a gentleman. His name was Will, okay? I don't know his whole name. He just said Will. He works at the JR's Brick and Mortars off of in Selma, North Carolina. So that's off I-95 at exit 98. One of my favorite places to go. I go up there at least, twice a month, but sometimes 3-4 times a month. But I was up there this past weekend and just talking with him, and he recommended this cigar. Why did he recommend this cigar? Well, he was a fan of it, so he was going to recommend it. But facts about this cigar, okay, it's a Ramon Allones, okay, which, fun fact, I think in the last review, or one of the reviews here in the past, I was trying to figure out what I don't know. Basically, I said that the Cabanas might have been the first cigar with a band. I was wrong, okay? And I said it with a question, because I wasn't saying it as fact. This cigar, the Ramon Allones Cuban brand, is the first cigar to ever feature the ring or a band. So, interesting notes about this cigar is the fact that it is a Habano Oscuro wrapper utilizing the Medio-Tiempo leaves as the wrapper. Now, for those of you who don't know what that is, it's a Ligero leaf. It is the very, very top priming of the plant. Half the time they don't even grow, or most of the time don't even grow. Or is it that the farmers don't even let them grow? But anyway, they grow at the top of the plant next to the flower, and being that they're at the very top, they're a smaller leaf, and they are very pungent and very flavorful. So let's get into this thing here. It is got a nice fancy band on it. I don't know what that is. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Gold leafing, says AJ Fernandez. I don't know what the collaboration is. I know that the name is owned by another company, but AJ Fernandez is producing the cigar, and AJ Fernandez is distributing the cigar. So some type of, you want to know more about that, you have to look it up yourself. Because we're here for the flavor notes of this stick. Comes with this nice cedar spill wrap. Now, for those of you asking why do they do this and what purpose does this thing serve for the storage of the cigar and the flavor of the cigar? And the answer is absolutely nothing. It's just all for marketing. It's just a pretty thing. Now, if you're one of those guys, you can always use that. You can light it, use it to light your cigar. I don't do it. I don't recommend it. But to each his own. It's got a Nicaraguan Corojo binder, and it's got Nicaraguan fillers, okay? If I'm going to guess here, all from AJ's private farm. Construction is great, okay? It's a very dense cigar. It's pretty solid. I mean, there is no give to this thing. It's almost a little too hard. I don't know. We'll see how it draws. It's got a nice little dense pack in there. It smells like just good tobacco to me. Maybe a hint of dried fruit on the foot coming through. So, yeah, dried fruit, good tobacco. That's about it. Stay tuned. I'm going to give this thing a cut and a light, and I'll be back and tell you what I think about it. All right. Okay. Right away from the light up. Initially, it's pretty leathery. There's a sweetness there. Black pepper, of course, on the retrohale. I want to say a hint of black coffee. There's a hint. It's got a really good draw. There's some resistance there. But I tell you what, for the way this thing is packed, The way it's constructed, I was expecting it to probably have like a tighter draw, but it's just minimal resistance. It's damn near perfect. It's burning really good. The cigar feels really nice. This 54 ring gauge torpedo is just a good size cigar. So, not very many cigars use this type of wrapper, this leaf. And one of the things that automatically comes to my mind is the Medio-Tiempo leaf is so small. Are they specially growing them, like specifically for cigar wrappers? Because it seems like you would have to have a pretty big leaf to wrap this cigar. So there's something I don't know about. I'm gonna look into that a little bit. But initially here we got that sweet leathery black pepper on the retrohale, a little bit of black pepper on the tongue. A little bit of a coffee hint there, not much. Real earthy, leathery, good tobacco. And that's about it for now. So I'm going to get into the first third and come back and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the first third of this cigar. We are about 13 minutes, 14 minutes into it. Now, let me tell you something. As far as burn goes, man, this thing is burning great. Damn near razor sharp. I hardly ever get them that burn that razor sharp, but nice tight white ash. Okay, and 13 14 minutes in here, we're at it's billed as a medium to full. For me, it's more of a full body, full strength cigar. This thing is strong. Okay, it still has the same thing we started off with. It's got kind of a leathery, it's more, that leather is kind of more transitioned to like an earth. There's a spice there, but it's like a flavorless spice. The effect of the spice is there, but I can't make out any type of baker spice or nutmeg or cinnamon. It's definitely peppery. It's got a great pepper on the black pepper on the retrohale, and it lingers around. I mean, it's in the back of my throat. It's almost giving me like the hiccups. I mean, it's very full, almost like this is like a big porterhouse steak of a cigar. Not that there's any steak flavors. I've actually heard people say that before. I've never tasted it. The black coffee is there, but more than anything so far, it's a very, very rich, earthy tobacco. Okay, it's almost void of anything nuanced besides that earthy tobacco. There's a sweetness there, but we're not going to delve too deep into that because that's just about where it's at. If I was to try to find that, I'd be maybe just reaching. So good tobacco for you guys. Again, I always trying to include part of the review for people that aren't into flavor nuances. Some people think it's a hoax, or they don't care. They're not looking for that. They're just looking for good, bad. And this is a very, very rich, bold tobacco. I think you're going to like this one. I'm enjoying it, so sit on back, smoke what you're smoking. I'm going to come on back in the second, third, and tell you what I think about it from there. Stay tuned. All right. We're in the second third. We're almost to the halfway point. Got kind of a construction issue right there. The wrapper's starting to come undone. And I've got a plug in there. I can kind of feel it. This is where a perfect draw would come in handy, and I can't locate mine. But it seems like it's maybe working itself out now because the draw kind of tightened up on it. But flavor-wise, really much hasn't changed. It's got that a good earthy tobacco. Picked up more of a cedar note, I guess, would be about the closest thing I could associate the flavor with. Black coffee, typical good earthy tobacco. It's always going to have a black coffee. The black pepper that was on there was really good. It's kind of faded off now, and it's kind of picking up a citrusy tang to it that I'm not crazy about. The sweetness kind of went away. It kind of gave way to that bitter black coffee note. And that's about all I'm getting on there. It's not very complex. It's a good tobacco for sure. It's earthy. It's got a cedary note to it, and kind of that citrusy tang, which came out of nowhere. So I'm thinking that tang that I'm getting, that I'm associating with citrus, is probably coming from the construction issue here. A lot of times when I get a cigar that's plugged and I got to pull a little bit too hard through. It kind of picks up a kind of a metallic, citrusy taste to it. But I'm going to keep on going and get on into the final third and tell you what I think about it from there. But so far, just a good cigar. Nothing crazy, nothing special that I can find. So maybe your experiences have been different, or maybe you'll have a different experience with it. So I'll let you know when I get into the final third. Stay tuned. All right. We are in the final third of this cigar. I'm about an hour and 10 minutes into it, and I'm going to go ahead and call it right here, okay? Overall, decent cigar, okay? I've seen this thing billed as AJ Fernandez, or possibly AJ Fernandez, greatest blends or best blends or whatever. I'm going to strongly disagree with that, obviously. Scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it about a 6, okay? High expectations, I'm not going to lie. Not only because, coming out, AJ Fernandez, pricey cigar too. I think I paid 13 and some change for it. It's got that Nicaraguan Habano Oscuro wrapper, utilizing the Medio-Tiempo leaves, which is the top primings. The very rare top primings. It's right above the Ligero. So, you can look more into that. Typically, a lot of farmers don't even let them grow. And like I said, they're usually smaller leaves, so I don't know if they're farming the Medio-Tiempo leaf specifically for wrappers to get them a little bigger. But that's all I know about that. As far as the flavors, it was not very complex. It was a pretty straightforward, good tobacco, notes of cedar, black coffee, and earth, and a slight pepper spice. Started off with a good pepper, that kind of fades away. I'm not really picking up much of a, here towards the end, I guess, there's a in the background, there's like a spice that wants to come forward, but it's not enough to really, I may be looking for it, okay? Decent cigar. And again, big thanks to my man Will up in Selma, North Carolina at the JR's Brick and Mortar. Had a good conversation with him. We went through a slew of cigars. Probably had a good, 25-minute conversation with him. This is one of the cigars that he liked and recommended, so I figured I'd give it a shot, and now you know what I think about it. So, Cigar Sherpa Laird Mayhew reminding you to be polite to everybody that you meet, but always have a backup plan in case you got to shoot them in the face. And I'm out.
Let's go.